My beloved child, before you scroll, before you doubt this message, understand this: something hidden has already begun moving behind your back, something you did not expect, something that feels unfair, something that is trying to distort your name in places you cannot see. And yet what is about to happen next will shock not only you, but everyone who believed the lies. Right now, there is a person, maybe close, maybe distant, maybe someone who once smiled in your face, who has been speaking words about you that are not true. Twisting your actions, reshaping your intentions, and quietly planting seeds of doubt in the minds of others. And what makes this more painful is not just the lies, but the silence you feel, the confusion, the question that keeps repeating in your mind: why would someone do this to me? But listen carefully. Because this is not happening without reason, and it is not happening without consequence. You see, when someone begins to spread lies about you, it is not a reflection of your weakness, it is a reaction to your light. Your growth has made them uncomfortable, your presence has made them insecure, and your progress has exposed something inside them that they cannot control. So instead of rising, they chose to pull you down in the only way they could, through words, through whispers, through hidden conversations that you were never meant to hear. And yes, it hurts. It hurts because you never expected betrayal from that direction. It hurts because you stayed genuine while others chose manipulation. It hurts because your name, something you built with honesty, is now being tested in a storm you didn't create. But here is the truth that will shift everything. The same moment someone chooses to lie about you, a divine process begins. A process you cannot see immediately. A process that does not rush. But a process that never fails. Because every false word spoken about you carries weight. And that weight does not land on you, it returns to the one who released it. Right now, while you are sitting in confusion, while you are wondering who said what and why, something greater is already aligning. Conversations you don't know about are happening, truths are slowly surfacing, and the very people who were influenced by lies are beginning to feel something doesn't add up. You don't need to defend yourself in every room. You don't need to chase every rumor. You don't need to exhaust your energy proving your truth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Because what is real does not need constant defense. And what is false cannot survive forever. But here's where it gets deeper. The person spreading lies thought they were gaining control. They thought they were shaping a narrative. They thought they were weakening your image. But what they didn't realize is that they have unknowingly activated a test not for you, but for everyone listening to them. And slowly, very slowly, people will begin to see. Not because you shouted, not because you fought back, but because truth has a way of revealing itself without permission. There will be a moment, unexpected, undeniable, when something slips. When a contradiction appears. When the mask cracks. And in that moment, the same people who believed the lie will feel the shift. And that moment will shock you. Because you will realize something powerful. You were never being destroyed. You were being revealed. Revealed as someone who stayed silent when chaos tried to pull you in. Revealed as someone who didn't become bitter even when treated unfairly. Revealed as someone whose character speaks louder than any rumor. And while you felt alone, you were actually being watched. Watched by those who needed time to understand. Watched by those who were testing your reaction. Watched by a force that does not miss anything. So don't rush to react. Don't let anger push you into becoming what they expect. Because the moment you step down into their level, the clarity of your truth becomes blurred. Stay where you are. Stay grounded. Stay silent when necessary. Because silence, in moments like this, is not weakness. It is power gathering. And what's coming next will not require your explanation. It will speak for itself. What you don't see yet is that the situation has already started turning. While you've been replaying conversations in your head, wondering who said what, trying to connect invisible dots, the energy around this entire situation has begun to shift in a way that no one can stop now. The same words that were once accepted without question are now being quietly questioned. The same people who nodded in agreement are now pausing, rethinking, observing more closely. And the person who started this? They can feel it. Yes. They can feel that something is slipping. Because lies require constant maintenance. They need repetition, reinforcement, new details to cover old ones. And eventually, the one telling them gets tired, careless, or inconsistent. And when that happens, the truth doesn't need to fight, it simply steps forward. There is someone, maybe more than one, who has already begun to doubt the story they were told about you. They haven't said it out loud yet. But internally, something feels off to them. Your behavior doesn't match the accusations. Your energy doesn't match the image that was painted. And that silent realization, that is where everything begins to change. You must understand this clearly. Your role in this moment is not to panic, not to chase, not to explain yourself to every ear that might have heard something about you. Your role is to remain consistent. Because consistency exposes lies faster than confrontation ever could. The person who tried to damage your name expected a reaction. They expected you to defend yourself loudly, emotionally, maybe even angrily. Because that would give them more material, more ways to twist your words again. But your calmness, your restraint, your refusal to engage in chaos, is confusing them. And confusion weakens control. Right now, they are watching you too. Trying to see if you will break. Trying to see if you will slip. Trying to see if you will give them something they can use again. But every day you remain grounded. Every moment you choose dignity over reaction. You are quietly dismantling everything they built. And here is something even more powerful. Not everyone who heard the lie is against you. Some were simply uninformed. Some were misled. Some trusted the wrong voice at the wrong time. But when truth reveals itself, and it will, those same people will feel something heavy inside them. A realization that they misjudged you. A discomfort that they believed something they shouldn't have. And that shift will change how they see you forever. This is why you don't need to force clarity. Clarity is already on its way. But there is a warning hidden in this moment too. Do not let this situation harden your heart. Do not let someone else's insecurity turn you into someone you are not. Because the real victory here is not just that the truth comes out. The real victory is that you remain unchanged by the negativity sent your way. Because once this all unfolds, and it's closer than you think, you will be faced with something unexpected. People coming back. People explaining themselves. People trying to reconnect. And in that moment, you will have a choice. Not everyone deserves full access to you again. Not everyone deserves the same version of you they once had. You can forgive, but still create distance. You can understand, but still protect your peace. Because what happened here was not small. It revealed who speaks without knowing. It revealed who listens without questioning. And it revealed who you truly are under pressure. And that version of you? Strong, silent, observant, grounded. That version is not meant to go back to how things were. It is meant to move forward. Wiser. So don't interrupt this process. Don't rush the outcome. Because what is unfolding right now is not just exposure. It is alignment. The wrong voices are slowly removing themselves. The right understanding is slowly finding its way. And soon, very soon, something will happen that makes everything clear without you saying a word. And when that moment arrives, you won't feel the need to prove anything anymore. You'll simply see the truth standing on its own, and now. You are approaching the moment where everything shifts in a way that cannot be reversed. What once felt hidden is about to become visible. What once felt confusing is about to make perfect sense. And what once felt unfair is about to reveal its purpose. Because the truth doesn't just come out quietly, it arrives at the exact moment when it creates the greatest impact. Not too early, not too late. But precisely when the illusion can no longer hold itself together. There is going to be a turning point. A conversation. A slip. An exposure. Something small on the surface, but powerful enough to break the entire false narrative that was built around you. And when that happens, the same people who once stayed silent will no longer be able to ignore what they see. The energy will change instantly. You will notice it. The way people look at you. The way they speak to you. The sudden shift in tone. From doubt to curiosity, from distance to respect. And for a moment, it may feel surreal. Like everything is correcting itself without you touching anything. Because that's exactly what's happening. You didn't chase the truth. You allowed it to rise. And that is where your real power has been all along. But here is the part that will truly shock you. The person who spread those lies will not just be exposed externally. They will begin to collapse internally. Because when truth surfaces, it doesn't just change how others see them, it forces them to face themselves. The same confidence they had while speaking against you will turn into discomfort. The same certainty will turn into anxiety. And the same control they believed they had will start slipping through their hands. They may try to backtrack. They may try to act normal. They may even try to reconnect with you as if nothing happened. But energy does not forget. And neither should your awareness. This is not about revenge. This is not about proving them wrong. This is about recognizing what was revealed to you through this entire situation. You have now seen clearly who is capable of distorting your name. You have seen who listens without understanding. And most importantly, you have seen your own strength in a moment where many would have broken. So when everything becomes clear, and it will, you must not rush into emotional decisions. Stand still for a moment. Observe. Let people show you who they are again. Now that the truth is out. Because some will come with genuine regret. Some will come with excuses. And some will remain silent, hoping time will erase what happened. But you are no longer the same person who entered this situation. You are sharper now, calmer now, more aware now. And this awareness is your protection moving forward. There is also a hidden blessing in all of this. The lies created distance, but that distance protected you. It removed you from spaces where your energy was being misunderstood. It separated you from people who were not aligned with your truth. And now, as everything resets, you are not returning to the same place. You are stepping into a more aligned version of your life, where your circle becomes tighter, but more genuine, where your peace becomes deeper, but more protected, where your presence becomes quieter, but far more powerful. And here is the final truth you need to hold on to. No lie, no matter how convincing, can outlive consistency, character, and truth. You didn't lose anything in this process. You uncovered everything. So don't look back with anger. Look back with understanding. Because what tried to damage you ended up defining you in a way nothing else could. And from this point forward, you don't need to worry about what is being said behind your back. Because what stands behind you now is truth that no one can shake. At this final stage, something inside you has already changed in a way that cannot go back to how it was before. Because the moment truth begins to reveal itself, it doesn't just clear your name, it reshapes your entire awareness about people, about trust, and about the energy you allow around you. And now you are no longer reacting from confusion but observing from clarity. Because everything that once felt heavy is starting to make sense in a deeper way. You are realizing that the lies were never strong. They were only loud, and now that silence has exposed them, their weight is disappearing on its own, And the most surprising part of all this is not that people are finding out the truth, but that you are no longer emotionally attached to proving it, because something within you has matured, something within you has stepped into a different level of control where validation is no longer needed, and this is exactly where your power has been waiting for you, because when you stop needing to explain yourself, you start becoming untouchable to false narratives, and now even if someone tries to bring up the past lies again, it won't shake you the same way, it won't disturb your peace the same way, because you have already seen how temporary those voices were, and how permanent your truth is, and slowly, the same people who once questioned you are now recognizing you in a different light, not because you forced them to, but because consistency has a way of rewriting perception without effort, and now the situation that once looked like an attack is revealing itself as a separation, a necessary distance that removed you from misunderstanding, from hidden negativity, from people who were never meant to fully understand your journey. And as this chapter closes, you are not walking away as a victim of lies, you are walking forward as someone who has seen through illusion, someone who has learned silence, someone who has mastered emotional control in a moment where reaction would have been easy but growth was chosen instead, and now your energy is different, your presence is different, your boundaries are stronger, and your circle will reflect that change whether people realize it or not. Because not everyone who lost access to you will get it back, and not everyone who comes back deserves the same version of you they once knew, and that is not ego, that is awareness, and as you move forward from this, one thing will stay clear in your mind, that no matter who speaks, no matter what is said, your life is not built on opinions, it is built on truth. And truth does not need noise to survive, it only needs time to be seen, and now that time has arrived, everything is settling into place. Everything is aligning without force, and you are finally standing in a space where nothing hidden has power over you anymore, and that is why this entire situation did not break you, it revealed you, and from here on, you don't carry the weight of what was said, you carry the strength of what you became. Now everything has settled in a way where you no longer feel the urge to look back, because the truth has already done its work quietly and completely, and what once felt like a storm has now turned into clarity that protects you moving forward, and you understand something very deeply now that not every battle is meant to be fought with words. Some are meant to be won with silence, consistency, and time. And this situation proved that your energy is stronger than any lie that was spoken against you, and as you move ahead, you are not carrying pain, you are carrying awareness, stronger boundaries, and a sharper understanding of who truly deserves access to you, and that is why what happened was not a loss. It was a filtration, removing what was never real and strengthening what truly matters, and now you stand in a place where nothing said behind your back can shake what you know within yourself. Because your truth is no longer something you need to prove, it is something you naturally live, and from this point on, your focus is not on who spoke against you, but on where you are going next. Because your path was never meant to be stopped by noise, it was meant to rise above it, and now it has.